10 opener for both teams. Here we go. And they'll let this one go and take it out to the 25-yard line. And that means Dylan Raiola in his second year. Number 2 quarterback in the class 2 years ago. Started every game last season. Started off hot. Then he hit a little lull in the middle, Gary. And then Dana Holgorsen came in as offensive coordinator. Now he's comfortable again.
Yeah, and it's just a different looking guy when you turn on the tape. It felt before Dana got here, Dylan was kind of showing everybody what he could do. You know, I mean, look at this. Look at my arm. Look at the way I can scramble. Now he's just taking the play, stacking completions. He looks like a different guy. Let's see if he can do that against this Michigan defense.
He's completed 77% of his passes so far with 8 touchdowns and no interceptions. Here's a guy that helps the cause. Emmett Johnson rips one off for about 14 on the opening snap.
Well, you know, we talk so much in the opening, obviously so, the 2 quarterbacks, but I really believe whatever offensive line can help the quarterback the most is going to be the quarterback that ends up being the guy at the end of this game. They need the guys up front.
Pick up out to the 39-yard line on the opening play of the game. And now Raiola's in trouble and lost the ball, picks it up, and he scoops it ahead. Johnson had it momentarily. It's going to be an incomplete pass.
Boy, Teddy Prohaska, number 65, just got beat. The speed coming off the right side just beats him around the court. Great effort that time from Derek Moore. He had one arm pinned and just reached out his other arm. Look at that effort coming around.
Raiola lucky he didn't fumble it and then scooped it to Johnson. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd down. Raiola again pressured. Scrambling around, looking for a receiver. Throws late. Got it to his tight end. Big gainer for Lindenmeyer. And Lindenmeyer's got a 1st down for the Cornhuskers. So you hear the chants of Luke.
Yes. So all the talk was, watch how Dylan is in the pocket. He's just managing the pocket, and we don't want him to scramble. But so far, Michigan has pushed him off his spot. But again, you see his athletic ability. 2 times he avoids sacks. The 2nd time, he makes a huge play.
And they pick up 23 yards on the pass play. So into Michigan territory for the Cornhuskers at the 38-yard line. This is Nelson. And Nelson might have another 1st down.
What a cute play that time. A little orbit motion going back the other way, and then a spinner from the quarterback. Watch him fake the reverse and then spin it or just run counter. Pull the outside guard or tackle, excuse me, in the H-back. Just a normal play.
Makai Nelson, a redshirt freshman with a 1st down run.
Little kind of window dressing on that play.
Exactly. Raiola throws into some traffic, incomplete.
That was dangerous. That's one of those plays where you go from one side to the other side and you start to trust your arm a little too much.
Players to keep an eye on today. Offensively, we've already seen Emmett Johnson with a big run and a 1st down on the 1st snap. And Jay-Sean Barham, they've moved him for the most part to the edge, and he's become a demon out there rushing the quarterback.
I see TJ Guy in the game. He didn't play last week. Back in the game there at his end spot.
Raiola sidearms it. 1st down. Might be a face mask on top of it. Got it complete to Hunter.
So everybody talks about Dylan and why he tries to play like Mahomes. But he said what he most likes about Mahomes and what he kind of anticipates is, I was a baseball player, just like Patrick was, and I can do those shortstop type throws.
Good looking drive to open things up. Raiola under center now in the red zone at the 14. Little jet sweep on the end around. And inside the 10 goes Jacoby Barney.
So Dylan's having a good drive, but so is Dana Holgorsen right now.
Yes, he is. Everything's working.
Yes, he's spinning out some nice things. His quarterback's had to avoid a couple sacks, but he's got that Michigan defense off balance.
The Cornhuskers can get a 1st down around the 4-yard line. This is 2nd down and 3. Empty backfield for Raiola. 5 receiver group. The tight ends now close in on the left. He's looking right, and the fade to the corner, incomplete. was intended for Ja'Cory Barney again. Barney, who got his first touchdown catch a week ago.
Coming off the inside of the three receivers, plenty of room to throw to. That's one, as a quarterback, you got to give your receiver a chance and let Barney have a chance to make a jump ball catch there. Just not a great throw from Raiola on that one.
Two tight ends in there. Turner Cochran's an extra with Lindemeyer on the right side. They'll keep it on the ground. Emma Johnson into a pile of Michigan Wolverines, and he's short of the first down.
A big decision here for Matt Rule right away. Does he put points on the board, or does he try to get that first down?
And it looks like they're going for it. Fourth down, and he wants the crowd to quiet down. They need 2 yards on fourth down.
Yeah, it's a long one here. Not surprised. Empty here. Now do they run the quarterback? That'll be the interesting part. Michigan's going to blitz off the edge.
Johnson comes across. The pooch pass to Lindemeyer. He didn't get there, I don't think.
Did not. Wink Martindale brought the rusher from the outside that time. TJ Metcalf, number 7, and that line squeezed it. Blitzing from the outside right here, that means everybody else takes the opposite gap, and not enough pressure. Somebody made a pile inside underneath that play.
I think it was Trey Pierce.
Oh, the edge, perfect job on the edge. TJ Guy did a great job as well, not giving up any space for the edge of that Michigan defense. One guy inside and one guy outside make the stop.
So a decision by Nebraska to go on 4th and 2. They come up about a foot down.
Yeah, this was pretty close, really. Luke Lindemeyer actually stretches his ball out at the end of it. Watch him as he stretches it out right there. How close did he get it? It was closer than we thought originally.
Still about a foot short as he landed, and so Michigan takes over right at the 5-yard line. Justice Haynes got a couple. Bryce Underwood, heralded quarterback, number 1 overall recruit in the land. 4th true freshman to start at quarterback for the Wolverines. Had a really good game a week ago. A little bit overwhelmed at Oklahoma, and he's going to get the same kind of response here today from the Nebraska fans.
Yeah, the question is, how much bully ball does Michigan want to play here in this football game?
Going to throw on second down. Got it out complete. And out to the 12-yard line. A Channing Goodwin. Players to keep an eye on in the receiving corps. Donovan McCulley, who came over, was all Big Ten at Indiana a couple of seasons ago. The Georgia Southern transfer, Marquise Watson-Trent, Sun Belt Player of the Year. And he's had a good start at linebacker for Nebraska over the first weeks. Third down at 3 from just inside the 12. Blitz coming. Might be some motion on the left side, a false start. And the crowd may have caused that.
False start.
They're going to take credit for it anyway.
5-yard penalty. Third down.
Yeah,
Evan Link is the guilty party.
And you can almost feel it as motion was going and the crowd was getting louder, and he knows his outside end is in a 9 technique, and I got to get back quick, and all of a sudden he moves a little early.
There's been some reshuffling on that Michigan offensive front due to injuries. That's not helping their cause. Third down and 8 now. 3 wideouts to Bryce Underwood's right. From in his own end zone. Look out. Got away from it. And got it out about 2 yards shy of the first down. But gives his team some room to punt.
Well, whether you're a true freshman, a freshman, or a fifth-year senior, pass rush works pretty good for a defense, right? I mean, if you could put pressure on these guys, you can have the prettiest footwork or the greatest arm. That's what you're doing most of the game.
Hudson Hollenbeck will be in his own end zone to kick this one away. Ja'Cory Barney is waiting on the other end. Texas. Nice start to their season. Here's two teams, one undefeated. Nebraska at 3-0, Michigan at 2-1. That punt, had it died right where it landed, would have been about a 38-yard punt. As it is, it went at 24 yards with the bounce that went backward. And now great field position for the Cornhuskers on their second offensive possession. From the Michigan 37. Raiola sidearms it complete. Johnson got about 8 before he's run out of bounds. Hit every highlight with CBS Sports HQ, streaming free 24/7. Download the CBS Sports app to watch today. You can catch Gary joining the HQ team after the game. We had a big contingent of our HQ team with us here in Lincoln over the weekend. Isaiah Mosey into the lineup on 2nd down and 2. They'll give him a carry. No, that's Johnson. Johnson got maybe one.
Yeah, remember near the goal line, Holgerson dialed up the fade pass, which was there, inside slot. But then that only gave him a 3rd and a 4th down try for the first down. Right. He's so much concerned about getting points. Made the point to us that if you look at the Big Ten last year, the 4 best teams in red zone scoring all made the playoffs. It was a key for his football team this year, and they came away with nothing.
That's an eye backfield with a fullback in there, and this is a first down run. Move the sticks for Johnson.
Well, that'll make that Nebraska 95 team that's here to celebrate. Enjoy that play. That is Nebraska football from 1995 right there. I formation, ISO, kick it out with the offside guard. That's
Tom Osborne would love that.
Yeah, that's what we used to come here and watch, right?
Coach is here today. There's the back-to-back titles. And as Gary said, honoring 30-year anniversary of the 95 team.
Didn't see many shotguns, though, back in those days.
Not a lot. Here's Mosey trying to get to the edge. Whoa, might have gotten face mask, no flag. And so he got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Catch it?
Yeah, just got him around the collar. Metcalf with the stop.
Yes, I have not seen Jay Barham yet in this football game. Number 1. This is the 2nd drive. They're in the scoring 2.
Now he's in there.
Did he come in at the end spot? Oh, good. Finally.
Right side defensively, left side.
He wasn't in a linebacker. Now he is to the outside.
Ooh, that's a tough yard or so for Emmett Johnson. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, Jimmy Wolder, that time number 30, was stuffing that line, and from his inside linebacker position. As Wink Martin told us about his team, he uses Barham much like a chess player. I can move him all over the field, and he's moved him into that defensive end spot now.
There's Wink Martindale, offensive coordinator for the Wolverines. 3rd down, they need 7 to get down to the 14-yard line. Raiola again, pressure, and he goes down this time.
Yeah, from guess who? Big number 1 coming from the outside of the left side, and that has been a problem.
And Raiola limping a little
limping
bit.
Out there, yes, he was. Coming around the edge, he's avoided a couple, but this time he got his foot stepped on from the opposite side tackle while he was trying to move inside the pocket. Quick speed, good move. Both of those defensive ends crushed that pocket from the outside.
Prohaskett, the right tackle, is the one that stepped on Raiola. And now they'll try a 44-yard field goal. And this one's going to be wide right. Not close for Cunanan. And we still got a scoreless game. At the 5-minute mark. And now it's time for Working on a Win, presented by the Home Depot. Acting head coach Biff Poggi, and some observations from the Biff.
I have a Labrador Retriever that could coach that guy. I mean, he's unbelievable. On Jay-Sean? Yes. The update? He might be a superhero. We're doing a DNA swab right now, but he could be. That's the update. He's fine. Today was, you saw a love letter from 120 young men to their football coach today.
He was talking about the 63-3 win over Central Michigan as he was the acting head coach in that one too in game 1 of Sharon Moore's suspension. This is game 2. Sharon will be back with the team, I think at 12:01 a.m. tonight or tomorrow. I think somewhere around there.
That's one of those kind of ugly runs that Michigan has been known for under the Harbaugh era, where you're just like, all right, we did well, and it's 3 or 4 yards, and that's how they control the clock and time of possession. Different field position here. This will be a better look at how Michigan wants to throw and call this game.
They're at the 29. In the pistol set with Justice Haynes behind Underwood. They fake it to him. Bryce throws as he crosses his body. He's got a first down out to the 40-yard line to Donovan McCulley.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet, these two quarterbacks, aren't they? You can see why they have the talent to be 5-star quarterbacks. In the pocket, out of the pocket, going sideways, sidearm, they can do it all.
Now the first down, back to the ground game to Haynes. He stood up at the 45. Sharon Moore, 2-game self-imposed ban last week and today. Allowed to coach up until 11:59. That's about the last time he got a text from Biff. This week hasn't been around the team at all. He'll serve a 1-game NCAA ban, first game of next year. But they've handled it well. When they've had an acting head coach in, be it for Sharon or Jim Harbaugh, they've won them all. And right now they're winning on this possession offensively as Samaj Morgan's got another first down.
He caught this Nebraska team in the perfect call right here. Nebraska trying to fill for the run. A blitz type look here from inside. Watch this guy come, and that really puts one-on-one block into the outside. They get the ball out quick. There's 2 blockers out there, and the speed gets around the corner. Perfect call at the right time.
Samaj got it to the 40-yard line. First and 10 here with 3 minutes to go first quarter. Scoreless so far, but Michigan on the move. Underwood again throws going to his left. This one's incomplete, intended for Shannon Goodwin. They'll bring up second and 10.
Catchable. Would have been a good catch.
Both Chip Lindsey and defensive coordinator John Butler for Nebraska think that Underwood is a better passer when he's on the move, and he's shown that on this drive so far, with the exception of that miss.
Both quarterbacks very comfortable throwing on the move.
Second and 10, straight drop this time. Fires complete. Trying to get to the corner and getting there, and a first down as well as McCulley again.
It's funny, we do talk to all these defensive coordinators every week for all the years we've done it, and the first thing they always say is, we got to make those one-on-one tackles in space.
That's right.
They're going to catch some short passes. We can't let a 4-yard throw turn into an 8-yard, 12-yard gain just like that.
Not only that, the guy that tried to make the tackle over there, Andrew Marshall's got to come out because he lost his helmet. At least for one play. There's John Butler, the defensive coordinator for the Cornhuskers. There you see Marshall losing the lid. So out for a play. High snap. That's a lateral.
Yep.
Double pass is coming. Man is wide open, but he missed him. At the goal line, Samaj Morgan intended for McCulley.
Can't have it set up better than this. Like 15 yards in the open. It's going to happen right out here. This is the guy that just nobody covers on the play. Kind of stutters and goes right by him, and that's you can't draw it on the blackboard. He's not as open as that right there.
Just that close. And from our AT&T pylon cam, Samaj is going, I wish I just got a little more air under that. Rule said keep your eyes on the ball. Under center for Underwood. And Nebraska, no gain on that play.
So if you turn on the tape of the Oklahoma-Michigan game, you saw that Oklahoma defensive line penetrating, moving, and winning at the line of scrimmage. Oftentimes, with that Michigan offensive line a little bit confused. It weren't like they being overpowered, but the movement was bothering them. You could see Nebraska right there. They were stunting on the play, and that blew it up.
And now it's third down long. Michigan's been right around 45% through the first 3 games on third down. They're going to have to earn all of this one. 3rd and 10. Underwood going to go deep to the corner. Off the fingertips of Channing. Good one.
Throw it any better than that.
So 2 near misses in that corner of the end zone.
So everybody talked, and I did too, about that. The quarterback play was not good enough for Michigan last year. Well, either was wide receiver a year ago.
Yep.
And they thought they have upgraded that it was much better, but that's the type of play you expect a top 20 team to make for a touchdown.
Dominic Zvada will try a 46-yard field goal. He almost never missed last year. Struggled a little bit so far through 3 weeks this season. Not with this one, though. Right down the middle. So Michigan on the board.
CBS.
That'll be fun. I think they're going to dress the part tomorrow, too, so you can't miss it. I can't wait to see Nate Burleson in throwback suit tomorrow. This one's returnable from the 1-yard line. Isaiah Mosey. And Mosey's up to the 24-yard line. And Dylan Raiola, let's see how he's walking when he comes back out, Jenny.
Yeah, take a look at his injury right here. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. His right tackle, Teddy Prohaska, he stepped on him. Then it looks like he got rolled up on a little bit as well. I followed him over to the sideline. He was just sitting on the bench with the rest of his teammates looking at the tablets. No trainers around him, so good news on that front, guys.
That was a double whammy. He not only got stepped on, and then he rolled up on his left guard, Henry Latovsky. So apparently both guys are okay. Here we go. Raiola, screen pass, Johnson. Whoa, what a wicked move that was. And he got about 7 or 8 out of it.
Yeah, I'm not surprised with this right here. When you talk to Dana Holgerson, he said, yeah, this Michigan defensive tackles, they're strong and tough, but they're not twitchy like those 2 guys they had before. Mason Graham and Grant, they would have.
Kenneth Grant, yeah.
Kenneth Grant would have run that one down. There's Dana.
Pickup of 8 for Johnson on that screen pass. 2nd down at 2 with a minute to go in the quarter. Johnson on the ground. He's got the first down. Brought down by Ernest Hausman. First 2 possessions, there were chances for points for sure. 70 yards, and they failed on 4th and 2. And then a missed field goal. And so Michigan's got the lead at 3-0.
It did feel, though, on that first drive, it was a magical plays that kept the drive going.
Yeah.
Nothing really clean yet, in my mind, for this Nebraska offense.
Rod Moore's on the field right now for the Wolverines for the first time since 2 years ago.
Uh-oh.
Oh, interception.
First of the year, Jair Hill dropped in from the cornerback position.
Cole Sullivan with the interception.
Yep, he misread it. He thought it was man-to-man, and there was a corner sitting right out there. Watch right here. He's not reading this guy to the outside, and that costs him on this play. Want to throw the ball outside, you got to make sure that cornerback leaves, and that could have been a pick 6 very easily.
Jair Hill had his hands on it. His teammate got his hands under it. Sullivan with the interception. The first, as Gary said, suffered by Raiola. And it comes in a bad spot on the field as well.
You can't guess on that one. You're throwing that ball to the outside. You've got to make sure that corner turns and runs. Not saying it's easy. We've all made that mistake playing that position. But it's still, that hurts the team right there.
Jordan Marshall and out of the backfield. Quarterback run all the way. And here he goes. Underwood, touchdown, Michigan. 37 yards for the score.
No doubt in my mind that Michigan knew that this Nebraska defense was in man-to-man coverage, playing coverage to both sides. It was as wide open as the double pass.
So Underwood, who had 2 rushing touchdowns a week ago, and here's a 37-yarder.
He knew those safeties were going to split at the snap. He read it right when that linebacker left. No throw necessary on this one. A designed run for a touchdown.
Zvada in for the point after. Up and good. 11 seconds. So Underwood, another rushing touchdown. It made the difference. Well, they clobbered Central Michigan last week. I shouldn't say it that way. But that added dimension, and that was an easy one here.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but that was so easy. I could have gotten the end zone on that one. 5 flat 40 could have scored on that one, I think. Got to give credit to Chip Lindsey. He has been matching and calling plays. He's really called, what, 3 touchdowns they could have been so far.
Yeah.
Offensive coordinator for Michigan calling a good ball game. Ball came from this interception, not checking the outside defender, and it could have been a pick 6, but a nice catch. Only a 3-man rush, handled beautifully by that offensive line, and he's into the secondary. Well, he's into the secondary that nobody is there.
That's right. You barely saw anybody in a red jersey. All right, let's reset this for the Cornhuskers, who've had 2 good drives and now an interception. The first one suffered by Dylan Raiola all year, and it ended up being 6 points in a hurry. He's pressured again, and again he lobs one out there, incomplete, intended for Linnemeyer.
Got hit that time, kind of moving up in the pocket that time. Etta, I think, is the guy who came around, number 17, pushed by Parshan on the outside. No, it was Rolder, number 30, that came around the corner that time. Nice job, nice stunt. And so far, this Nebraska offensive line is not handling the pass rush at all.
Well, they're not. Could be the final play of the quarter. Screen to the outside. And out to about the 32-yard line.
I'll tell you this, Jayshawn Barham is a monster on the...
We enter quarter number 2, Lincoln, Nebraska, Memorial Stadium, and the Wolverines on the road with a 10-0 lead over the Cornhuskers.
And change at left tackle, Elijah Pritchett on this 3rd down play. They've been struggling at that spot.
Yeah, they came in 62% on their 3rd downs, but in this game so far, 1 for 3.
I think Michigan might have entered into the neutral zone first.
That would be a first down.
There's going to be a conference on this one because Pritchett moved on the opposite side. Watch the movement over here first, then here. See?
Yep. I'd say it's against Michigan. Let's see what Cole Kneppel thinks.
There's going to be a long talk here. Big play.
False start. Offense
Whoa.
number 57.
Whoa.
The defender that was in the neutral zone did not threaten number 57. Therefore, it's a false start. 3rd down.
Easy for him to say that he didn't threaten him.
Yeah. But at least they saw it and they discussed it, and that's what they came up with. I mean,
Matt Rule doesn't like the rule.
no. Oh man, I think that's a tough call.
I do too.
He's got his eyes going forward. You could see that movement, I think.
Gene Steratore is with us. Gene, what do you think?
Yeah, you know what, guys? I'm with you a little bit because I think the player that's right above that left tackle, although doesn't enter the neutral zone, kind of flinches when the other player from Michigan is in the neutral zone. The distance is what caused it to be a false start, though.
Well, now it's a false sack.
It's funny, I was going to say, Ness, before that play, with this team, it's early in the fight, but this fighter for Nebraska is wobbly a bit right now, and they needed a first down.
No doubt.
And they lose 5 on a tough call. You know, Gene and I disagree a little bit. He's got the status. Go with Gene. But then another sack. And this Michigan pass rush on 3rd and long, it's a story of the game. Every call you make now as a Nebraska offensive coordinator, you have to avoid passing situation on 3rd down.
Yeah, Rayshon Benny with that sack, a loss of 11. And so it's a punting situation. Archie Wilson to punt inside his own 5. He can punt with either foot. The Australian punter. That's a good kick. And And a fair catch taken around the 36 by Samaj Morgan. So Michigan less. Biff Poggi and the Wolverines with a 10-0 lead. Their first 3 possessions punted, and then a field goal. It could have been a couple of touchdown plays, and then a 37-yard run by Bryce Underwood that was a touchdown. Jordan Marshall in the backfield with Underwood in a pistol set. They fake it to him. Underwood going to go deep. Double coverage, maybe triple coverage. 2 receivers in the same spot. Donovan McCulley and Channing Goodwin incomplete.
Well, I think there's no doubt Chip Lindsey, offensive coordinator, who's dialing up right there. There he is right in the middle of your screen, has opened up the offense. The question was, would he do it? You know, against Oklahoma, they were playing a little more safe. You could see it. He's letting his quarterback go now.
So far, so good on the road. Second and 10 from the 37. They'll keep it on the ground, and this is Jordan Marshall.
So a lot of retraining with this Michigan offensive line. They took the shoots out, and they said, come on, let's go back to that Michigan blocking. When we come out low and we keep our feet moving. Nice block by Sprague right there. I get the feeling that guys like Deerdorf and Brandstad are going, we used to do the shoots all the time with Bo, you know? It's about time they brought the shoots out for these offensive linemen. Stay low coming off the ball. You can almost hear Bo yelling it right now, right?
Yelling it, yes. 3rd and 3. Underwood got some heat. Down he goes. And the ball came out of the end. And Nebraska's covered, and I think it's Deshaun Singleton.
I wonder if his knee was down. This is going to be close.
Williams Wanaria thinks the guy that knocked it out of there. Here's another look.
Good call. Did he come down or not? Did he get knocked out before he went down? Yep, it's loose before his left knee went down. Good call. Good rip on the play. That is taught every day in practice. Get your arm in there and spin it out.
Singleton on the recovery. Big play by the black shirt defense.
Well, we thought maybe the offense with that 3rd and 3 could kind of steady the ship. It was the defense that came up with the turnover to got to get this. Let's see now if this Nebraska offense can find something in their game.
And if they can protect number 15 to throw a nice smooth pass without the pressure he's faced so far, they'll keep it on the ground. Emmett Johnson spins his way into Michigan territory. About a 4-yard gain. Bring up 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, sometimes to avoid being able to pass block on 3rd down and having troubles, you might want to throw earlier because that number 1 has been a problem. Look how wide Derek Morey is the other defensive end.
He's no slouch either. Lindemeyer, the tight end in motion. Raiola trying to throw a slant, and the flag comes out. Interference upcoming. And it's on Jair Hill.
Yeah, kind of that left-hand hook that they all do when they feel they're in a little bit of trouble on the slant pass. They kind of stick their right hand out there and they grab
Pass
it.
interference. Defense number 20. Ball is placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Yeah, they all do it. They kind of protect themselves to the left hand, reach over across and try to knock it down and get called.
And the spot of the foul happened to be right at the first down marker, so that's what they get. But first down by penalty in this case. Keep it on the ground for a couple. Makai Nelson on the carry.
Barham and Sullivan on the tackle. 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8 at the 42.
Matt Rule, his 3rd year. Nebraska 15 and 13, his 10th season overall in the college ranks. Temple and Baylor and now here. And that was after a stint in the NFL with the Carolina Panthers.
Got that five-man bear look right now for Michigan up front.
Raiola again. The heat is coming. He got away from it and throws down the middle and got it complete to the 21-yard line at a first down.
So they line up with 5 men at the line of scrimmage, and they blitz from the outside. This is typical Wink Martindale. Going to come from the outside on this play, and then avoided nicely by Dylan Raiola, and finds him, keeps his head calm, look downfield, and he knows he can find McCullough coming across the field.
Dane Key with the reception. Guy that came over from Kentucky, the transfer portal. He and Raiola roommates, and they hook up there for 21 yards and a first down. Emmett Johnson, maybe 3 on the carry. Emmett Johnson coming off 2 touchdown performance in their win over Houston Christian last week. Another guy that is really kind of hitting his stride with Dana Holgerson as the offensive coordinator. He's a good runner. He's put on some extra weight, gotten stronger, but he can really be a heck of a receiver out of the backfield as well.
Just to note, Gatula, number 77, back in at left tackle.
Johnson was out as a receiver, now comes back into the backfield. Second down and 7. Michigan thinking about a blitz. They back out of it. Raiola, throw is complete, short of the first down to Lindenmeyer.
Really good coverage. Michigan drops into a zone that time and react well on the pass to Lindenmeyer. Goes out there, look at pass up one guy, and the other linebacker's over there to help. It's a way to pass off a guy if you're playing good defense.
Lindenmeyer with the catch. Bring up third down and 3. His second catch today is 11th of the season for Luke. Empty backfield. Dylan Raiola down again. Another sack by the Michigan defense, and another one by Rayshon Benny.
Man, it looked like a 5-man front, but Michigan only rushes 3 players on this time, and Benny comes from that left side. Watch this. Well, it's 3 players. It looked like it was going to be 4, and Benny runs right through that offensive line.
Split the tackle and the guard.
Yeah, he might have got a hold of that face mask or shoulder, but didn't get it called. Feels like any points for Nebraska would be good right now.
Let's see if Conanan can get him 3 from 39 yards away. Yes, he can. So Nebraska's on the board. Kyle Conanan from 39 has got to be happy with his defense.
And pick a number, 3 sacks already in this game, numerous pressures. Number 1, number 4, number 8, number 26. Barham, Guy, Moore, Benny. I mean, all different angles. And without a couple of Houdini moves early in the game, there could be 2 or 3 more sacks. Been the story of the game that pass rush, even with 3 men on the last play, has been too much for Nebraska's offensive line.
There you see the sacks, the interception. Only 3 points allowed. And fair catch called for and taken by Joe Taylor. So Michigan will bring it out to the 25. As we take a look at the Discover Conference update. Rutgers with an attendance record in their loss to Iowa under the lights last night. Indiana and Illinois, first time both teams have been ranked, getting together since 1950. 37 FBS teams remain undefeated. 10 are in the Big Ten. That'll be a good one tonight, Illinois, Indiana. Here it's 10-3 Michigan, the number 21 team in the country. Nebraska trying to win at home in their Big Ten opener. They've lost 5 straight Big Ten openers. So far, it's been all Michigan. Justice Haynes. Man, he got about 7 or 8 yards out of what looked like nothing.
Yeah, just elite speed, bouncing it outside. And when you actually talk to the Nebraska defensive staff, they said this is what he does well. Starts up in the C gap and bounces it out and gets around the quarter.
Not only that, he got all of it.
Yep, got
first
the first down.
Justice came over from Alabama. He's had 300-yard games and off to another good start in this one. Underwood. He's going to go down. Wow. Coming off the corner like a rocket was Deshaun McCullough.
He's known as the jack player in this defense, can line up anywhere. This time he's lined up on the left side of the quarterback, and he is hitting this with speed. He just outruns the tackle this time. Actually outruns the pulling guard. Had no chance, never really got there in time, which is a tough assignment with that speed coming off.
He was at Indiana, speaking of Indiana, and then Oklahoma, and now Cornhusker, and man, he was shot out of a cannon off that edge.
Yeah, he caught a good play, the play action pass, where the opposite side guarded the block and had no chance.
Second down, 16. Here's the flare out to Haynes, and Haynes slipped. I don't know if his knee went down.
I think it did, Ness. I think at least it's going to be called down back there.
And he's down right there. So that's going to bring up third down and 19. There you go. And this is where Nebraska's defense would like to make a big play, and their fans know it. Michigan's going to play it safe with Haynes. And it'll be fourth down.
Yeah, see, I think this is a smart move by Michigan, okay? Just concede. You don't want your true freshman quarterback to make a big mistake right now. Long football game ahead of you. Punt the ball. Nebraska got 3 points on a field goal. I think ball position's a good idea on that one.
That'll bring out Hudson Hollyback for his second punt of the day. The first one took that crazy backward bounce. Ja'Cory Barney waits on the other end for Nebraska. Barney says everybody get out of the way, but he's going to take it on a bounce. He didn't call a fair catch. And now Barney taking it the other way. Ja'Cory Barney. He's going to be tracked down by the punter.
Vangeli to Justice Ross Simmons. It is 34-14 into the fourth quarter now, guys.
Not happy in Death Valley right now. Let's check in with Jenny.
Well, guys, we've already talked about it on the broadcast. Dylan Raiola has heard all the Patrick Mahomes parallels. He told me, I wish the comparisons would disappear a bit. I have my own name. I'm proud of it. Now, still, Mahomes has become a mentor. Raiola said it's like a Kobe and Jordan relationship. He even joined him in the Chiefs' locker room for their AFC title celebration. I asked what he follows the most, and he said Mahomes' feet. He's a pure passer, but when he gets out, he's dangerous.
He certainly had his Mahomes-type moments over his year and now 3 games, and we saw some of that today, some of the sidearm, the shovel passes, and he did tell us, yeah, I don't want people to not relate me to him, but I'm my own guy. I got my own last name.
Right, but he's got Mahomes' haircut.
He does, definitely.
Kind of leads you the other way.
Some of Patrick's jewelry, too.
Right.
Second down and 5. There's a good throw and a first down.
You know, to me, I don't know if it's the same with you, Ned. It's feeling ugly for Nebraska. You know, where do I go? Can't block him on the pass here. You look up at the scoreboard, it's 10-3.
Right.
And you got the ball in the, 40 inside the red zone. I mean, inside the Michigan territory. First and 10. I mean, they're staying in the football game. The Nebraska defense has kept this thing alive.
That's back-to-back good plays by Ja'Cory Barney. He had the 20-yard punt return, and now he's got the first down toss. And they are in Michigan territory at the 48-yard line. Now it's Emmett Johnson. And Emmett, nice run.
And nothing helps an offensive line more than on first down, back-to-back first downs, getting positive runs. 5-yarder last time, 7-8-yarder this time?
7 on the play. Troy Bowles made the stop for the Michigan defense. I mean, if they go down and just get 3.
Yeah, you got to get those Michigan defensive ends out of their track stance. You got to run at them.
They're not even worried about putting a hand down. They're the stand-up track guys. Empty backfield. Second down and 3. Raiola flips it out to the sideline. Lindenmeyer. Now you hear the chants of Luke again. He's got another first down. He's been a big part of the offense here in the first half.
Yeah, there's nothing that slows down a pass rush more as you see the blocking right here as a quarterback that gets rid of the ball quickly and just stacks completions on top of completions. You frustrated? That's Dana Holgerson's lineage, kind of the air raid offense. He's changed a lot, but that's what you teach. You frustrate the defense with short, easy passes and see how they bend or how they change.
Raiola under center at the 28-yard line. And Johnson got about a yard. Second down and 9 upcoming as we're approaching the 3-minute mark of the first half.
Coming inside again, Barham. Not playing as obviously hardly. I don't think he's played inside linebacker the whole game.
No, I don't think so.
Defensive end spot the whole time.
Well, they were happy to move Jimmy Rolder over there. I think you mentioned that earlier, and that gives him the opportunity to get outside and be one of those edge guys that are such a big part of every defense and a scary part for every quarterback. Second and 9, Johnson. And he's going to be dragged down after a short gain, maybe no gain. Trey Williams in on the tackle. And it's third down and long.
Williams and Sullivan on the tackle. Gain of 1, it's 3rd and 8.
This is the biggest third down of the first half for Matt Rule's Cornhuskers, without a doubt. They're in field goal range, but they would like to have an opportunity for 7 here. As you look behind Dylan Raiola, and now right into his face mask. Raiola going deep, got a man, touchdown Nebraska. Ja'Cory Marney for the score. And they are going to get a chance for 7 instead of 3.
Have no idea what the defense is for Michigan on this play. You've got the slot back going right down the middle of the field, and the outside corner is going to come over and try to cover him. I don't get it here. What is going on? That's just a busted coverage for sure. There needs to either be a free safety in the middle, or this switch just won't get it.
Well, the previous 3 third-down plays for Nebraska before that were an interception, an 11-yard sack, and a 7-yard sack. This one changes the complexion of the game. It's a 26-yard touchdown. Grenannon's point after, and we're tied in Lincoln. Dylan Raiola finally some time to throw for Nebraska to get it in the end zone on the touchdown pass. Dylan Raiola's 9th of the year. And Ja'Cory Marney's 2nd in as many weeks.
Boy, you know, Dylan Raiola, he may like Patrick Mahomes, but the way he throws reminds me of Matt Stafford, the way he flicks that ball, doesn't he? I mean, he just flicks it.
I like when he was talking to us yesterday, and of course his dad playing for the Lions. He grew up in Michigan, and he just called him Staff.
Yes.
That's Stafford. Just call him Staff. It's nice when you got Staff and Patrick Mahomes as your mentors. 2 pretty good ones.
In your contact list. That's your contact.
That's right, yeah.
Both these guys have shown why they are 5-star players, right? In this football game.
Underwood with a touchdown on the ground, 37-yarder. Dylan Raiola 1 interception, but then the touchdown moments ago. So now it's Bryce Underwood's turn. His serve.
This will be interesting. Right now, if you're Biff Poggi as a head coach, what do you decide to do? A 2-minute drill, true freshman quarterback, the game's kind of changed, crowd's on fire.
That is true. Justice Haynes, well, that might do it. He's got 3 touchdown runs of over 50 this year, including 75, and he's got another one. Touchdown, Justice Haynes, Michigan.
What a block by center Greg Crippen this time. Watch what he does on this play. Goes to the left and seals. Watch him seal this way and come back and pick off the linebacker on the play. Push, and then pick him off. What a play. Run right by the safety that time. And as Ness told you, another long run by number 22.
One play, 75 yards in 10 seconds.
Yeah, not much thinking. Hand it off for a touchdown, right?
Zvada in for the point after. And it's good.
How about that offensive line play by Michigan now?
Justice Haynes had a 75-yard touchdown to open the second half against Oklahoma. And his third career of 75-plus just moments ago. Pretty nice when you think you're playing it safe at the end of the second quarter.
Right. Let's protect our quarterback. Can you get a touchdown on the play?
So Dylan Raiola is waiting his turn now.
I know if you're a Nebraska fan right now, you're wondering, well, how could that have been? How could a play right up the middle been so wide open? Well, tackling his space is important, and Nebraska missed the tackle.
We'll show you that in a second as Nebraska will bring it out to the 25-yard line, and Gary will take you back to that play.
So no mistake here in lining up right here. Here's the safety, and here who is he looking at right here on the play. He's going to fill, and this should be a nice 10-yard play. But Justice Haynes makes a miss at the point of attack, and with that speed, it's gone. Those safeties, you know, sometimes they line wrong, but their job is to keep a play at 8, 9, 10 yards, not 70-plus yards.
So now Dylan Raiola's turn. Let's see if he can answer here with 3 timeouts and 1:51 to play in the half. Makai Nelson shuffles out of the backfield. Raiola. Back shoulder throws incomplete. Intended for Isaiah Hunter.
Yeah, right decision here. Man-to-man coverage. You go back shoulder, just threw it too wide on the play, and Isaiah had no way to stay in bounds and catch that one.
Second down and 10. Emmett Johnson will flare out of the backfield this time to the top of your screen as an extra receiver over there. Dylan has a look. And low snap, he handles it and throws and completes it down to the 35-yard line. Dane Key again.
Okay, so you got the motion out, so Dylan Raiola knew it was zone coverage this time, so he knows he can throw that ball in the hole, and nice catch by Key.
Boy, what a nice luxury to be able to throw from every angle.
Yeah.
I mean, that one, again, a little bit of a sidearm job, but he got it there in a hurry, and it's a first down.
Yeah, Michigan knows the challenge. If they give this guy time to throw, it's going to be successful.
Rose going to his left, and he completes it again. It's another first down. It's Quinn Clark.
Yeah, I've been doing this a while, and he has all the mannerisms and arm angles and the way he throws effortlessly to me like Matt Stafford. That's who would be my comp for the way he plays.
Or you could just say Staff.
Staff.
Yeah.
He's got to change his haircut, though.
A little bit. First down at the 49. And got away from the first man, but not the second. And he's buried again. This one's Jimmy Rolder.
See, this is what Dana Holgerson has been trying to get into his head, though. We don't have this kind of time. I mean, this is more what he was doing as a freshman, trying to make too much out of a play like this. They cannot hold up the pass rush.
Number 30 with the sack. We'll be back in third over a minute from now. So that was a 9-yard sack. 4th sack by Michigan in the half. Brings up second down and 19. Looking for a little quick opener for Emmett Johnson. It doesn't open much.
Interesting call right there, right? Take a timeout, just run it up the middle, and not going to take another one.
So third down and long. Michigan's got 3 timeouts as well. They choose to take one here and force a punt. Get the ball back.
Nebraska's trying to run the clock out, and Michigan's happy to let them.
I guess. Fans are wondering the same thing we're wondering right now. And Matt Rule calls a timeout with 5 seconds on the plug.
So now I think what they will do when they come back in is Nebraska will throw a deep ball and see if they can get down there deep, and if something bad happens, it happens away on the other side of the field.
And you always tell me that that should be its own separate stat, because if I'm going to throw one long and it's going to be an interception, that should be a different category.
It's not a Hail Mary, though.
So I'm saying if it gets intercepted, you're saying if it's interference.
This might, yeah, well, either way, but I think what they'll line up, I think they will throw the ball deep on this play, though.
So it was a tie game until Justice Haynes, in one snap, took it 75 yards for a touchdown right at the 2-minute timeout, basically. And that's where we stay at 17-10.
Yeah, if I'm the Michigan defensive group, I'd be saying, look for the deep ball. We don't need pass interference here.
Lindemeyer, the tight end, in motion. 3 wide receivers for Raiola. And they'll keep it on the ground. Emmett Johnson broke 1 tackle and 2, but not the rest.
Strategy was solid, I thought.
And it's 4th down. And Michigan's just going to let the clock run out.
I don't know why you don't want to chuck one down there. I don't really get it.
Well, both coaches. Oh, now there's a timeout called with a second to go. Matt Rule got a timeout.
Timeout,
with 1
Nebraska.
second.
1 second remaining in the half. 30 seconds.
Well, now you'll see the Hail Mary,
Well,
right?
I guess. I was kind of agreeing with you there.
I liked my first strategy better. Yeah, that was kind of a failure of communication right there, I think, right? I don't think the two are on the same page. And the other thing is, if you're the head coach, you hear the boos at home.
Oh, yeah, for sure. All right, so 1 play left, barring.
Well, there's no doubt that Raiola could throw it all the way into the end zone if he wants to.
So they're at their own 48. And it's trips to the right. 3 receivers to the top of your screen. 4-man rush. Raiola gets away from some pressure. Now he's going to load it pretty soon and let it fly. There it comes. Jump ball in the end zone. It's caught! Touchdown, Nebraska! Ja'Cory Barney. Oh, my goodness. Just like they drew it up. You've got to be kidding me.
So, what's interesting here, Ness, if the Michigan coaches would have taken a timeout with 20 or 25 seconds, then they wouldn't have thrown this pass because there was no risk.
Barney with a sensational grab and then leans backward in to make sure he's in the end zone, and he is.
That's where allowing it to go to 1 second allowed Nebraska to say, what the heck, we'll throw it into the end zone because Raiola could throw it that far.
Wow.
What is there, 5 Michigan players right there?
There you see his hand on the line and the ball in the end zone. Extra point coming up.
Crazy ending of the half.
Extra point is good. Sometimes you think you've seen everything, and then you see something new or something old. In this case, something red heading to the locker room. And the fans are going crazy in Lincoln. Ja'Cory Barney, up until last week, had not scored a touchdown in his Nebraska career. He had one last week, and now he answers a prayer on the final play of the second quarter. You can count that as a 75-yard drive in 7 plays, a little under 2 minutes. But really, it was 1 play for the touchdown, and Jenny's with Matt Rule.
Coach, big-time plays were not going in your favor until that one. How do you keep that momentum going?
Just keep playing. I mean, everyone wanted, even the guys on the sideline wanted to take a knee. I mean, we're going to play. I mean, this is why you come to the University of Nebraska. Like, they're a good team. We're a good team. We're battling. Our guys can make plays. Corey with a great return. we're playing great defense other than 2 plays. 2 plays have hurt us, but we're keeping the quarterback. He hasn't thrown the ball against us, so he's an excellent player. We're just going to have to keep playing.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Dylan Raiola, 2 touchdown passes in the second quarter. A walk in with his coach.
They go, oh, might as well throw one, and ends up working.
And they threw one.
Crazy finish.
And Barney with the touchdown. That's where we are at 17. And now it's Michigan's turn. And Bryce Underwood brings them up to the 25-yard line.
And 5-star Bryce Underwood has only thrown 8 passes in this game for 41 yards.
He had another one of the big plays, a 37-yard touchdown run. He's under center right now to start the third quarter. Play action. He rolls and throws. Got a man on the run. And it's going to be a 15-yard pickup to Donovan McCulley right off the bat.
Comes in motion, little play action, get your fast receiver. Comes in motion from one side, underneath like a submarine look, good zone, and boy, he gets it full speed right on the button. Good first down call.
He really throws well going to his left, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Both of them do.
First down at the 41. Justice Haynes, and they have him bottled up after a gain of only about a yard as we check in with Jenny Dell.
Well, Coach Pogge really trying to keep things in perspective after that Hail Mary to go into the half. He said, we're trying to keep the main thing, that's the focus in here. And he said, hey guys, if this is a heavyweight fight, I really like our chances.
It's going to be a fight for the next 2 quarters for sure. 2 tight ends set for Michigan. Second down and 8. Blitz coming. And the throw's complete to one of those tight ends, Marlon Klein. That's his first catch of the day as we take a look at our game trends presented by Subway. Raiola 210 yards and 2 touchdowns and an interception. Haynes over 100 yards, including a 75-yard score. And Ja'Cory Barney with a breakout first half. 96 yards receiving, 52 of those on the Hail Mary to end the second quarter for his second touchdown.
Stats look a lot different with that last play, don't they?
They sure do. Underwood on a throwback screen. Nice read by the defense. And a nice job by Vincent Shavers to stay home.
Number 9, the inside linebacker, doing his job. That's who he has. Stays with him and reaches out and makes the play.
A heck of a play by number 9.
Yeah, I think that might be 20, 25-yard gain if he does not make that tackle.
I agree with you. And instead, it's 4th down. As you look behind, Hudson Hollenbeck and the left footer with the punt. Barney, he's going to field this. That was not a good choice. It's one of the mistakes, the only mistakes he's made today. He had a 20-yard punt return. He fields that one inside the 5. And Nebraska's not going to have a good starting field spot. And Matt Rule's going, I know you had a really...
Backed up, and this is the first time Nebraska's been backed up like this. They've had good field position.
They're at their own 2-yard line. Following the punt and a punt return that shouldn't have been handled. Make it the 3-yard line, beg your pardon. Emmett Johnson in his own end zone as the deep set tailback behind Dylan Raiola. He'll get the carry. And he got it out to around the 6. Emmett Johnson, the junior out of Minneapolis.
Yeah, Nebraska out there with an extra offensive lineman right there. I think it's Turner Corcoran, number 69, is wearing number 89 right now.
It's the second time they've had him in there in the game so far.
Got a good block last time. They ran right at him.
2nd and 7. Try the same play. Not the same result, although Johnson's fighting for a yard or 2.
I think number 1, Barham, came from behind the play and was the first hit that time. Lining up on the edge, throws him away and gets him in just enough to slow down that play. Good play on the edge. That time not rushing the passer, but handling the run game.
Well, we've seen some good edge players through the first month of the season, as we've hit the quarter pole already when this game's over. I can't believe it.
You almost have to trust your quarterback here, don't you?
Yeah.
Lived through a whole year last year. This is why you lived through it. Experience for this play.
3rd down and 6. 4-man rush. Raiola on target, but a great tackle out there to prevent a first down.
Exactly what it was.
Jaden Sanders. He's just a freshman. What a play.
Yeah, true freshman Sanders. Remember, Zeke Berry is not playing for Michigan in this football game. Sanders comes up with a pure, true tackle to keep that short of a first down.
And so Nebraska's going to have to punt it away from their own end zone.
They always say it, wrap up, use your arms. He didn't throw at him. Fundamental tackle on the play.
Archie Wilson, also a true freshman, I mentioned earlier, from Australia. He can punt with either foot. We'll see which way he wants to go with this one. It'll be to his left again. And whistle stops play.
Delay of game. Kicking team. Half the distance to the goal. Still 4th down.
And now he's going to be planting that back foot almost at the end line.
Yeah, he said half the distance, but I think he corrected himself. Since it's outside the 10, it'll just be a 5-yard penalty.
Samaj Morgan has moved up a little bit as a punt returner. He's got that much room.
Think he goes left again? He is.
Yes, he will. Morgan backpedaling.
Great punt.
This one takes a nice roll. One of the ones earlier did not. And he'll take it.
Drive. Michigan started out with a pass play that worked very well. They got to get their quarterback. It's one thing to be saying, you know, we don't want to let the quarterback early in his career lose something, but you still got to use him a little bit more. You need to get him in the offense. Remember, this Michigan team at wide receiver, 22 games consecutively without a wide receiver gaining 100 yards.
They didn't have a pass play over 40 last year. They do have one this year.
They had one 100-yard game last year. Last one, at least, Colston Loveland in the game we did against Oregon.
Right. Yep.
But he was
and he's the tight end.
Yeah. So how do you get your quarterback to get some easy throws and use those wideouts?
On the ground. Haynes got about 7. Jamin Wright, the linebacker, made the stop.
7-yard gain. 2nd and 3, 47.
So Haynes with another 100-yard game, his 4th straight, including a 75-yarder.
Thought he lost his shoe basically on this, why he stayed down for a second.
Nebraska showing blitz.
Yeah, let's see if they come out of it now.
That was Wright and Singleton who were both ready to come in. And one of them is coming. Slant incomplete. 3rd down. It's headed for Samaj Morgan. Let's go back to the previous play. Justin Haynes, he took an elbow to the noggin.
I mean, right across. Singleton got him with his arm right on the head.
Michigan hasn't converted a 3rd down. 0 for 5. 3rd down and 3. Draw play. They might not have gotten that one either. Let's see.
I think he got the spot. Michigan got the spot they needed.
This one is close. Just had to get to the 50.
Gain of 3. It's 1st and 10 at midfield.
Nice blocking up front.
Just got it right there.
Good job. Out in front. Good job again by Evan Link. Holding him off just enough for that first down.
Throw on the run is a strike complete to Klein. The tight end's got another first down.
He was thinking that he would run that play and just slip it to the outside. But this time he says, I'm going to go a little bit deeper with it, and quickly puts it on the run. As Ness told you earlier, this guy throws well on the run.
Yes, he does. 16-yard dart right there to the tight end. And another Michigan first down. From the Cornhusker 34 now. Back to Haynes, and down he goes for about a 5-yard loss.
That's it. That's the second time Deshaun McCullough from the edge, number 15, just blows up a play like he knew it was happening.
Yes.
Coming right off the edge, right in there, clear. He just beats him. Can't even hand the ball off on that play. Again, coming from the opposite side.
Illegal formation, 5 in the backfield. That penalty is declined. Second down.
They take the play with the loss.
That time Nathan Afabi, number 55, was pulling. The same play that he got in there before, basically. The pulling guard could not get there before it was attacked from the edge.
Second and long for Michigan in Nebraska territory. Underwood, plenty of time. Fires. Oh, what a catch by McCulley at the 13-yard line.
It's close whether his first, I don't know. I think his first foot came out. Let's look. Catches it. Yep, his toe is on the line.
If he had white cleats on, it's a maybe.
It's a maybe.
Just that close, Gene. Is that what you're seeing?
That's what it looks like. That right big toe or left big toe just hits in the white. What an amazing job high pointing that ball, though.
Ruling on the field was an incomplete pass. That play is under further review.
They ruled it incomplete. It's going to be hard to not say that that toe hit the chalk. It is so close. It would have been a 25-yard pickup. Way over on the left-hand side of your screen. It's literally an inch, if that much. Maybe not. So our replay official, Thomas Kissinger, is taking a look at it. So we get another look. Throw into double coverage was a pretty pass.
I'll tell you, it's close. I got to say that.
It's not an inch. I take all that back.
I think he's on the white, though, to me. I mean, you only have to touch it, right?
I think a little bit of green grass came up as he was trying to plant that thing so
you think
badly.
They may give him that catch?
I think because they said it's incomplete, I don't think they're going to turn that around, but we'll find out in a second.
Well, let's put it this way.
After further review, the ruling on the field is upheld. Incomplete pass. Third down.
In this instance, though, it seems to me the replay official had a better view of it than the guy on the sideline.
So, wipe out what would have been a 25-yard pickup and makes it third down at 14.
From here, it would be about a 55, 56-yard field goal. Let's see if they try to get it in the field goal range here on third and long.
Morgan in motion now settles in a slot on the left side. Underwood has a look to the sideline. He's going to change things up. Flushed out of the pocket to his left again. Tries to square his body and throw, and that's out of bounds, incomplete. And he's fourth down.
Nice job in protection this time. Good job by Haynes to help a little bit. Gets flushed out of the pocket. And I thought the discipline of the Nebraska secondary was really good that time. They understood he had a receiver behind him. He didn't want to come up too quickly, and he was there to make that tip.
Dominique Zavada was perfect last year. Probably should have won the Groza Award. He only missed one field goal. He was 7 for 7 from 50 plus in 2024. Let's see about 56 yards here in 2025. Kick on the way, and he got it with plenty to spare.
Yeah, easy. I mean, it's been good from 60.
Changer. This guy can change a game in one snap of the wrist.
First quarter got off a little slow, but the second quarter, he seemed to find it, avoiding a rush and finds Dane Key. And then the easy one down the middle when Michigan got confused on who was covering who, and then one last chance at the end. 1 second, nothing can go wrong except a good thing. And a good thing happened to be
That's right.
the second touchdown for Ja'Cory Barney.
So there's the numbers on Dillon. 15 to 21. A one miscue. The interception that was tipped.
And remember, this is all in the framework of an offensive line that's having trouble picking up man-to-man on the guys they are blocking on the pass rush.
Kickoff, they'll let it go. Bring it out to the 25. Survivor is always evolving, and in 4 days, 18 players will make their mark on Survivor history. Survivor returns CBS Wednesday and streaming on Paramount+. Let's stream down to Jenny Dell.
It is loud down here, guys. Sellout number 406 here at Memorial Stadium, the longest streak in college football. Now, Coach Biff Poggi, he told me the stadium is one of the hardest places to play in the country, loud and raucous. And Dylan Raiola said there's no better place to play. Our fans come out, they're loud, they're crazy. We even sell alcohol in our stadium now, so whatever that means, it adds a little edge to them.
Well, they got 7 minutes and 43 seconds more to buy alcohol. It ends at the end of the third quarter. No gain on that one.
Nice job on the edge right there. Exactly the way you're supposed to play it. Keep your inside arm on the blocker, your outside arm free. Force him inside, make the tackle. That is great edge defense.
Second down at 10 as you look behind Dylan Raiola.
TJ Guy, and I think it's Cameron Brandt, number 9, that are in the game on the edge right now. They're playing 4 different guys.
Lindenmeyer, the tight end, in motion. Raiola in trouble again. He goes down again. That's sack number 5. And that one's Ernest Hausman.
By number 15, Ernest Hausman.
5 sacks, and that's really been the story for Dylan Raiola in non-conference games. 7 games. Dylan has only been sacked 5 times. In 9 Big Ten games coming in, 25 times. Now it's up to 30.
Hausman familiar with this turf. He started his career at Nebraska and was a leading tackler last year for Michigan and one of their captains. And that forces third down at 16 again. 4-man rush. Raiola loads and comes short across the middle and incomplete. And they're looking for a flag as Jair Hill was draped all over Emmett Johnson, but no penalty mark.
So sometimes as a pass rusher, you can help coverage by forcing a back to chip on you before you go out. That means you only have 4 receivers out there. Actually only 3, because there were chip on both sides. Lindenmeyer and the running back both had to chip. So no one's really open to the secondary. That's what that pass rush is accomplished.
So it forces a punt. Archie Wilson with the kick. This last one went 52 yards. This one goes to Samaj Morgan, and he's buried by the coverage team. May have lost a yard. Ralphie Six just said, you know what? I like just sitting out in the field and chewing some grass. Chose not to run anymore. I don't blame her.
Nice job inside.
Uh-oh. Got free, though, and picked up an extra 5 yards. And that's Jordan Marshall.
Yeah, played well by the defensive line. Kind of going down, I think it was Gabe Moore was at 95, but inside these 2 players play it well, but do not wrap up. They push across. Looks like he has him. It was Gabe Moore, but he breaks away for a big play.
Great second effort by Marshall. Getting some work now, the sophomore out of Cincinnati. Justice Haynes already has over 100 yards, and now it's Marshall's turn. They go to him again, and he's got a big opening again, and he is gone. Jordan Marshall, he'll take it to the end zone touchdown. Got a great block inside from his center, I think, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah, watch this combo block between Crippen again, who does it as Brad told you, and number 53 going on. Watch these 2 right here handle the 2 Nebraska players. Combo, second level, bust them out. beautiful play. I'll tell you what else, Samaj Morgan did a great job downfield blocking as a wide receiver to spring that as well.
So Michigan adds to its lead, another long touchdown. It was Justice Haynes from 75 earlier, and now Jordan Marshall does it from 54, and the extra point is up and good.
Crippen, Panera, and Samaj Morgan. 3 guys get key blocks, and that springs it.
Michigan came in averaging 243 yards rushing through 3 weeks. And they've got 166 total yards on 3 scoring plays. 1 by Underwood, 1 by Haynes, and now 1 by Marshall. And now Nebraska in a 10-point hole that they're going to have to dig their way out of. Take you back to the touchdown.
We talked about the blocking up front, but look at the 2 wide receivers on this play right here, blocking downfield. In Michigan tradition right here, they both get their guys in the secondary and finish off the play. That's how you get those big plays. You either beat the safety or you block the safety.
Nice 1-2 punch. Haynes and Marshall. And now it's still in Raiola that's going to have to answer the call as we just have 5:40 remaining third quarter.
Yeah, well, they were down 10 in the first half.
See if they can come back again from the same deficit. Throwback screen. Makai Nelson broke a tackle and then dropped himself. Had 1 blocker in front of him, but you got to give credit to the Michigan defense as Cole Sullivan kind of made the play there.
Absolutely, he read it perfectly. Cole Sullivan, one of 4 inside linebackers that are playing, he read it perfectly to stop it.
That's the second good play today by Cole, probably more than that, but he had an interception in the first half.
Yeah, one-hander right on the tip ball.
Yep. Raiola flips it incomplete, intended for Lindemeyer, and it's 3rd and long.
Yeah, but there's a penalty, probably holding in the secondary. It was Brandon Hillman, number 6, that was in pursuit. Let's see if it was on him. Did he slow him down with a grab as he came across?
Hausman's a guy that's
he doesn't
pleading
like
his
call.
case.
Yeah, he doesn't like the call.
There's no foul for defensive holding.
All right, I guess he was right.
Third down.
3rd down.
Somebody made a call back there, threw his flag.
And they just picked it up, I guess. So this is a huge down here. You got to be a little bit careful, but you're down by 10 and you've got 20 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, and they put an extra player on Marham's side right there to see if they need a chip from him. Yes, two people blocking him.
Whoa, Lindemeyer just buried, and guess who? Cole Sullivan. Jeez.
Well, that's his guy. And when your guy spends a second chipping on number 1 right here, that makes it easy for you to say, all right, I got this guy.
And a form tackle. Good play, Cole.
You know, Wink Martindale told us in our meeting that
after the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 6, Michigan, for taunting the opponent's sideline. 15-yard penalty.
Oh.
Automatic first down.
There's a killer right there. Brandon Hillman called for the penalty and a taunting to the Nebraska bench. Winkle let him know about that.
After the penalty,
First down.
Honestly, I didn't see it. I just saw the tackle. And
oh.
Yeah, there it is right there.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't really know why he had to do that. I'm pretty sure he's wondering too now. The first down of the half for Nebraska comes by penalty. Good run by Makai Nelson.
Sullivan and Sanders on the tackle. 6-yard gain, 2nd and 4 at the 39.
Matt Rule, 3rd season at Temple, beat Penn State, ECU. Lincoln Riley was the offensive coordinator. He was talking about that yesterday. He's hoping year 3 in Nebraska goes as well as Temple and Baylor. And he's going to have to come from 10 points down here to win the Big Ten opener against Michigan. Michigan.
Yeah, and this is kind of the way Dana Holgorsen is used to running his offense. If you can't block them, you go faster and try to tire them out a little bit. No huddle, get it out of your hands quickly.
That's the 4th or 5th catch by Lindemeyer. I guess his other big catch is his new fiance.
That would work.
A couple of weeks ago, he proposed at the end of the game. Emmett Johnson in motion. He'll set up as a wideout to the top of your screen on first down. From the Michigan 43, empty backfield for Dylan Raiola. Here comes the blitz. Over the middle, completes it. And it's a 9-yard pickup for Heinrich Harbor. Again, just to take you back, second season at Baylor, a breakout win over Oklahoma State, and then beating Iowa State in season 3. Now they'd like to put with us question marks is a win over Michigan.
Yeah, I think this would be the biggest of his career, though. This is the one he wants to turn this program, the hope of going forward.
Raiola under center on 2nd and 1. He's going to throw forward. He's going to flare it out to Johnson. Johnson's got the first down at the 30 before Michigan's defense can bring him down. So Nebraska's got something working, and it all got ignited by the taunting penalty that gave him a first down on what would have been 4th down and long. 2.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. On this drive, Dylan, 5 out of 6 short passes, but accurate passes. Looks like he's going to run. No, he's going to flip it to Lindenmeyer. That's a little bit of Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, you can tell. You have to probably understand that Dylan Raiola has been running this offense probably since he was in 9th grade, basically. The new style spread where the quarterback's involved, the handoff, tight ends going into the flat. It's almost like a passing triple option on the play.
Dylan played his senior high school season at Buford, Georgia. His little brother Dayton's the starting quarterback right now at Buford. 2nd and 5. Johnson, nice cutback.
Oh.
Wow, he did that in a hurry.
Got a late flag, though, against Nebraska.
Cole Kneppel, our referee.
I wonder if they might be looking at a chop block here from Gatula. One player was engaged, and then Gatula throws. I wonder if that's what they're talking out.
There is no foul for a chop block. The block started high.
Good call, Gare.
And that's what they were looking at. Let's see how it goes on the side. The left side of the screen. It's right in this area right here. Yeah, I think that's a good call. Started out on the shoulders and he slipped down.
So a first down for Emmett Johnson. Nebraska's got the drive going that they wanted. They're in the red zone with 90 seconds left, 3rd quarter in a 10-point game. RPO, the throw out to about the 14 to Barney.
Another outstanding tackle outside by the Michigan defender, the true freshman Jaden Sanders.
He's been on a few of those today.
Yes. Out there one-on-one, you miss. That's an extra 8-10 yards. He doesn't miss.
And like you said, Zeke Berry not playing today, so he's playing that spot at times, and he's done a good job. Freshman out of Kilgore, Texas. Second down, 7 at the 13. Raiola, trouble again, and down he goes again. And it's Cameron Brandt this time.
Man, I'll tell you. Remember, we saw this last year with USC, having problems with both of their tackles. Well, in this game, it's the same thing. Michigan did it to USC a year ago, and they're doing it the same thing. Getting low, turning the corner, and making the play. And
my fault, Derek Moore.
It was. Number 8 this time instead of 9. It's been 8, 9, 4, and 1. One of those 4 guys.
Derek, honorable mention, all Big Ten last year. One of the captains of the defense. Forces a 3rd down at 14, just outside the 20 now. Raiola rolling to throw. End zone. Touchdown, Nebraska. flag down.
I think he stepped out.
Isaiah Hunter was on the other end of that pass. Let's see.
Did he get pushed out or did he step out? That's the question. He definitely was out. Did he get pushed out? He did not.
Didn't get touched.
Receiver stepped out of bounds and was the first to touch the forward pass. Illegal touch. Lost it down. Previous spot, fourth down.
So would have been a touchdown pass, and instead it's fourth down.
Yeah, he just needed a little sharper cut there. He had it open to the outside, and Raiola bought enough time to find him, but a mistake going too far. And as Michigan needed the 3 points, Nebraska needs the 3 points.
So that'll mean Cunanan. This will be a 38-yard field goal attempt to try to make it a one-score game. And they're going to call at the end of the quarter, so he'll line up on the other end of the field. Last Saturday, Terrence Bud Crawford getting the crowd going as we start the fourth quarter. And a 38-yard field goal attempt on the way for Cunanan, and it's up and good. Down to a one-score game. Jenny was with Matt Rule just minutes ago.
First time going into the fourth quarter trailing this season. How do you respond?
Just keep playing. I mean, we're battling. We just moved a lot on the field. We got to make a field goal kick here. You know, we had to stop the run. I mean, our pass defense is fine. We keep giving up explosive runs. Frustrating. Credit to them. So we're going to have to stop the run, make the quarterback throw the ball, and try to kick a field goal here to make it a one-score game. Good football game.
Thank you, Doug.
Thank you.
A one-score game it is, 27-20. That capped a 55-yard drive and 12 plays for Nebraska. A little over 5.5 minutes to get it to 27-20. And in one-possession games, it has not gone well for the last two Nebraska coaches.
Yeah, Michigan's got 166 of their 224 yards and 3 rushes.
They had the big one of 75 by Haynes, plus 50 for Marshall, and a 37-yarder by Underwood. That'll get your per carry average up there, won't it?
Yeah, that's where that Rule said we got some big runs.
This kick, fair catch taken around the 1-yard line by Joe Taylor. America's most popular crime show moves to Tuesday. NCIS, NCIS Origins, and NCIS Sydney on a new night, NCIS Tuesday. You just put it on your calendar. You put NCIS every Tuesday. New season starts Tuesday, October 14th, part of CBS Premier Week. Brad Nessler, Gary Daniels, and Jenny Dell with you at Memorial Stadium in Tom Osborne Field in Lincoln, Nebraska. About 88,000 with us. And 3 different players with a plus touchdown run of 35 or more for Michigan today. That's why they've got the lead. And now the pass. Samaj Morgan doesn't hold it. Incomplete.
Take a little off it that time, just a little too sharp that time to handle, 3, 4, 5-yard pass that time. That was a bullet.
There's the numbers on the ground. Three touchdowns rushing, and Zavada's field goal is Michigan's points. And the black shirts, the Nebraska defense, their nickname, the black shirts for many years. Can they come up with some stops here in the fourth quarter when they so desperately need to get the ball back? Underwood down the middle, got it complete to the tight end Marshall, but he's short of the first down, and it's third down.
Yeah, both tight ends that time crossing, trying to pick for each other or rub for each other. Staple in the Michigan offense.
Probably the biggest third down of the day for Michigan's offense, and likewise for the Nebraska defense.
Well, the guy that's been making the plays has been number 15 at the bottom of your screen right here at the pass rush.
Blitz coming up the middle. Underwood throws on the run and overthrows his intended receiver, Channing Goodwin, and his fourth down.
Well, you could see what Michigan decided to do. They tried to roll away from the pass rush. Again, a throw that could have been made. Watch, they're going to roll away from 15. Got a one-on-one and just a little too far outside with the fastball.
That means Michigan's got to give it up. And Hudson Hollenbeck. Ja'Cory Barney made one mistake today when he fielded a punt inside his own 5. He should have some room for this one unless he fair catches.
Well, it's a low one, returnable.
Barney takes it at the 27. Oh, tripped himself. Got about a 2-yard return. Tevis Metcalf. That's a look at our IHG Hotel and Resorts game recap. Big plays all the way around. Michigan running the ball well. Raiola throwing it. He's been on a roll. And the Wolverines defense has been so solid sacking the quarterback. Game of big plays, partner.
Yeah. In the fighting, John, you're haymakers, right?
Yeah,
5
right.
of them. 3 for Michigan, 2 for Nebraska. Let's see what the next one is. It's been on the ground for one side, in the air for Nebraska. Football game, as Matt Rule said to Jenny, it's a football game. We're in it. If we kick a field goal here, we're right there.
So let's see who can come off the stool in their corner and finish the fight off in the next 14 minutes. Johnson hit, and it's Barham again causing havoc off the edge.
So, you know, it does look like now that Michigan has moved Barham 100% on the edge. Reminds me of the move that Penn State used with Abdul Carter. Remember, he was an inside linebacker, and they said, we're putting him on the edge. He's too much of a factor, too much of a tilts the offense where they have to come and chip. He is a difference maker.
And denied Dennis Sutton at Penn State, sort of the same. He has an overthrow, had a man open.
And I can tell you, Raiola at that time, can feel those edge rushers. This time it was a guy, or is it Barham inside? It could be any of those guys. Guy was the one who flushed him, but made Raiola throw it off balance.
If he hits that on the run, it's going to be a first down. Instead, 3rd down and 12. Empty set. Dylan Raiola all by his lonesome. With 5 receivers set to head out on 3rd down and 12. Michigan brings an extra man. Raiola trying to get out of there, and he's going to get sacked again. They just can't hold up against the Michigan pressure.
So you change up the blitz. Watch what Rick Martindale does this time. He drops, and then he brings 2 linebackers from the other side this time because he brings Ernest Hausman and Derek Moore to flush him. That's good defense. You never let that quarterback and that offensive line know where that pass rush is coming.
Moore's been in on like 3 sacks today already, hasn't he? Been everywhere where Barham hasn't been, or together they've been meeting at the quarterback.
And TJ Guy as well.
Exactly. And this one bounces right in the middle of a bunch of players. And it's going to take a Nebraska roll down inside the 20.
That was a great 3 and out for that Michigan defense, though.
Michigan's defense, how many sacks today? 7?
7 sacks. I think there have been at least 7 flush outs where Raiola had to avoid the sack. That's 14, 15 different times that this defensive line and an extra linebacker sometimes has affected the quarterback the best way you can.
Jenny's got more on the defense.
Yeah, defensive improvement has been a major focus for Michigan. On film, it came down to 3 things: eyes, hand placement, and angles. Ernest Hausman, he stressed the need for both physical and mental endurance, guys, especially late in the games. You're seeing it out here today.
I really feel like Wink Martindale is giving him the whole package in this game.
He sure is. They keep it on the ground, and it's Marshall again, and he's got about 13 more. No, it's Haynes, I beg your pardon. 22, 23, both of them with big runs today.
Well, offensive coordinator Chip Lindsey gave Underwood a couple easy throws on the last drive. He missed them both, so he goes back and runs the ball on 1st down.
Boy, Haynes not only a powerful runner, but he's got the speed we've seen. With 2 long runs, 4 long runs really on the 4th week of the season. He's got 4 of them over 50 already. 1st down. And they'll give it to him again. Right now, Michigan with the lead, want to use some clock. And if the run's working, don't mess with it.
Michigan went back to basics with that offensive line. We got to come out of the chute, stay low, keep your feet moving. This time Afabi comes across, kicks it out. Klein, that's up into the hole and does a good block as well. A great positive Michigan run.
Second down at 5. 242 yards on the ground for Michigan. They're not going to get another one on that play. And it'll bring up third down at 5. Big third down for the Nebraska defense. Can they get a stop here? Michigan hasn't really done anything on third down. They haven't had to. They've done it on other downs with big plays. Klein, the tight end, out there with 2 wideouts to the top of your screen. The rolls that way, the throws that way. Morgan got the first down.
Broken tackle on a key play. That was defended right. I think it was Sierra Wright, number 1, that missed the tackle. That could have been stopped. Let's see it. Gets out there. Well defended. You got this play. And a win by the Michigan receiver.
Did Marlon Klein, one of the captains, credit for staying with his guy out in front of Morgan. He picks up the first down. Ten minutes to play. Michigan by 7. Back to the ground game. And a pickup of a couple for Haynes. Sierra Wright. Get on the stop. Time of possession. Definitely Nebraska's favor, but it doesn't matter right now. With Michigan's big plays and their big plays on defense. Underwood had it batted down. And it was Cameron Leonard. Leonard knocks it down and faces another third down.
Yeah, that would have been a completed pass too. Didn't want to slip it out wide this time. Came inside, and that would have been open. A sidearm, but big paw, even though it casted on his thumb, he still got it up in time.
That thumb might be throbbing a little bit right now.
Exactly.
It's definitely in here right now on third down and 9.
And a lot of pressure on a young true freshman quarterback, but this is where the Oklahoma game has to help him a little bit. He's done it once.
Play clock almost ran out. Blitz coming from the secondary. Throws to Haynes. Broken tackle. Down the sideline. First down and plenty more all the way to the 40, maybe the 39.
Excellent call that time by Michigan. He's looking at what he's going to see. It looks like man-to-man coverage all over the field. And it's going to be just one of those slow screen passes. And they get out the lineman in front of them, but nobody even gets a block. And they get it as a positive play.
Once he got around that one defender, it was clear sailing down the sideline. Jordan Marshall now in the Michigan backfield. Throw out in the flat. Incomplete. That's
nice
close.
job.
Sierra Wright again.
What a nice job he did breaking that one up. This is one of those RPOs where the quarterback is looking outside and says, I got 2 blockers and a receiver, but when the corner beats the throw there, that's how you stop it.
Sierra spent 3 years at USC before the transfer to Nebraska. A big play there. Second down and 10. Marshall lifted in the air and dropped for no gain.
That's black shirt defense right there. 3, 4, 5 guys making the tackle at the point of attack. Whew, man, what a play.
Hitting going on.
Yep. So the Michigan kicker just made one from 56. It'd be 57 where they are right now.
Third down and 10. Underwood has a look to the sideline.
I would be running the ball here because a field goal would make it a 10-point game.
Play clock down again. The gives to Haynes. And Haynes has got all kinds of room and a big hole and a first down run.
That was a smart call. It's a win-win. You might break it and get a first down, but if you don't, you're in field goal range to make it a 10-point game.
Boy, how big has number 22 been today?
He sure has. On that offensive line, again, Nathan Afabi does a good job at guard. Evan Link does a good job outside. I mean, the Michigan offensive line has done their job up front.
There's the mix of run and pass on this drive. It's been over 5 minutes.
Timeout, Nebraska. First charge of the half.
Nebraska takes a timeout with 7:22 to go in the ball game. So on that last third down, Justin Haynes on 3rd and 10 rips it off for 19 yards. Tonight on CBS, second game of our college football doubleheader. It's all about the Apple Cup. Washington takes on Washington State. That's tonight at 7:30 here on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
I think there was a mix-up on this play right now. Nebraska takes a timeout. They really had 11 guys out here, but I don't think this guy knows what he's doing. He's looking back and saying, am I out here? Am I not out here? And that's what forced the timeout by Nebraska. And those timeouts are valuable now here in these last, 7 minutes of this football game when you're behind by 7 and a potential field goal staring in your face right here.
Michigan on this drive, 11 play coming up, has converted 3rd and 5, 3rd and 9, and 3rd and 10.
They did.
Here it's first down at the 20. They fake the jet sweep. Underwood keeps it and loses a yard.
That's the second design run by Michigan all day. The other one was better.
Don't forget, later in the game, before we're done, it's the play of the game presented by Jersey Mike Subs. Got a lot to choose from on plays of the game.
They do. That's for sure. Only the second design quarterback run of the game.
And one of those went for a touchdown. Second down, 11. Quarterback draw again. And he's got the first down. It's 1st and goal at the 9.
Back-to-back plays. As said, quarterback draw. Again, they feel what the score is. 7-point game. They don't want to put it in the true freshman quarterback's hand throwing the ball. Might as well use his legs.
He is a heck of a runner when he does take off.
You're taking off the clock. You should get it. There's no way you're going to miss a field goal here, you don't think. Good conservative game plan.
1st and goal at the 9. Back to Haynes for a couple.
Now you got to watch this clock right here. They should be taking it down every play as low as they can. The play clock. Take your time. Take your 40 seconds.
The first red zone appearance today because all their touchdowns have come from long range.
And that's exactly what Michigan is. They're not huddling, but they're taking the clock by looking over. They don't even give them a play until there's 15 seconds on the play clock.
In the red zone so far this year, they're 12 out of 13 with 10 touchdowns. This drive started with 12:40 on the clock. Underwood trying to get to the edge. He got to about the 3. He's coming right at you.
He does. You got Justice Hayes in front of him. You got the 4-5 quarterback, and the Nebraska defense gets you. Remember, with the clock the way it is, it runs even though you got out of bounds on that one. Smart play to run it wide.
3rd down to go. And Biff just said get the field goal ready.
Yeah, I mean, you love the touchdown, but you got to have the field goal.
Right. So they've had him for 8 minutes. Just inside the 3.
Yeah.
3rd down to go. And it's a quarterback run, and he's not going to get there. it's fourth down.
I wonder, remember Nebraska's taken one of their timeouts already. Do they take it now? 15-play drive by Michigan with a 7-point lead on the road.
So Underwood has done his job to get it that close. And now Dominic Zabata. As Gary said, this should be a chip shot. He did miss a 47-yarder last week, and he's missed 2 on the year, but this is from 21 in the left hash. And it's up and it's perfect. So a long drive, time-consuming drive.
That is championship football right there for Michigan.
Just one blemish on their record. That was the loss at Oklahoma, and now here in Lincoln, their second half possessions.
The last one right there, and when the game on the line, 15-play drive, and then handed it to the field goal kicker for a chip shot.
Sunderland with the kickoff. And Nebraska will bring it out to the 25. Well, the quarterback comparisons. One's doing it with his legs, one's doing it with his arm. And Dylan Raiola now is going to have to do it with his arm. And with just 2 timeouts, Gary, timing is everything.
Absolutely. I mean, it is a time now. They're in 2-minute drill the whole way. And the whole goal here is to score before that 2-minute timeout. That way you can get the ball back with time to score again. Whether sure, touchdown, yes, but field goal helps them to make it a 1-score game too.
Empty backfield for Raiola. Emmett Johnson, the running back, in on the right side. He looks that way, throws the slant to him, and picks up about 5 yards on that one. But the short passes aren't going to matter too much unless somebody breaks the tackle and takes it the distance. As we're down to, it'll be 3.5 minutes on the next snap. Dillon has time this time. Does come back short though, and Johnson made the catch and got the first down, but stumbled and picked up just 5. Clock running.
Michigan biding their time, playing zone, saying, and we're just going to say one of these plays we're going to sack them.
And the umpire blows it dead as Michigan's going to take a timeout here. There's the numbers on the sacks today. Everybody's gotten in the act.
That's why they spread it out, right?
Really. Ron Moore somewhere is watching this game and smiling. And he'll really be smiling if the next 3 minutes and 7 seconds goes Michigan's way. And then the coach will be back in business after they get home tonight.
Michigan took a timeout because they had a player late leaving the field, and they didn't want to risk 12 men on the field.
So each team with 2 timeouts. 3 minutes and change remaining for Nebraska to get their offense going here.
Can Dillon find a chunk play?
That's what I was saying. Those 5-yarders aren't going to matter. He needs a bigger one. He's going to go deep down the middle. Jump ball. It won't be a jump ball. It's incomplete. Dane Key, the intended receiver, and Jaden Sanders is right there with him.
Yeah, he's had a wonderful game, hasn't he? True freshman. We've been talking about the quarterback as a true freshman. How would you like to play corner as a true freshman
No,
and matched up with Dane Key, who's what, a 5th-year senior coming from Kentucky?
Right. He almost caught that thing. Clock stopped. 2:59 to go. Barney, Mills, and Hutter, the wideouts. Raiola steps up, throws a crossing route, and that's going to be a first down. Complete to Cortez Mills.
Nice job right here. Good route, ball thrown to the proper spot and snatched.
So they're getting closer to midfield. First down at the 46. Clock running, 2:35 to play. Raiola. And
I think his arm got hit on that one.
I did too, yeah. I think it might have been Cameron Brandt who got in there and got a paw on him.
Well, I tell you, the clock in Dylan Raiola's head is ticking quick. He knows he's going to have to plant and throw. The tackles are having a tough time handling the edge players. This time the rush comes more from the inside, but no matter what, he's feeling the pressure on nearly every pass.
Michigan, four-man rush. Raiola got away from the first wave. I don't know if that's a fumble or not, but his lineman caught it anyway. Letovsky's got the football.
Yeah, they're going to call it a pass and an ineligible receiver, but this could just as easily have been called a fumble. You know, it was close, so I don't blame the offensive lineman for grabbing that ball.
There's a very close look. Trying to follow through. That big paw on his face.
Illegal touching, number 59 of the offense. That penalty is declined. Third down.
And he's thinking, what am I supposed to do? I can't just let that thing flutter and hope that it wasn't a fumble.
Exactly. From his point of view, that's a loose ball.
So it was Dominic Nichols who was putting the heat on that time. So the penalties decline. It is third down and a whole bunch. 3rd and 22. Raiola with his hands on his hips going, I got to find somebody.
This is an odd one for me. I always wonder, you know, you got to get ready to snap the ball because it's going to start like they did.
And they're wasting valuable seconds. Raiola. And he throws a strike. It's not going to be a first down, but it's 4th and 1. Got it to Hunter again.
Yeah, now it's a 2-minute timeout right here.
30-20 and a big 4th down coming up. They got 21 on 3rd and 22, Gary.
They did. So here you got to have 2 plays in the huddle. You got to assume you're going to make it on the first play or it doesn't matter. So you got to hurry up. The clock will stop after the first down. You got to be able to call that next one right away. It was an opportune way to score before 2 minutes, but it still doesn't mean the game's over.
Right.
You still have a way to do it. Might require an onside kick, though.
They only have 1 timeout remaining now. Michigan has 2. Biff Poggi, the acting head coach for Michigan, looking at going 2-0 in that acting head coach. And it's a flare pass. They got it out. And it's Harburg. Heinrich Harburg's got the first down. Now you got to go.
Clock is still stopped.
As soon as they spot it, we'll get going again with 1:56.
There it goes. Nebraska ready. Had 2 plays in the huddle. Good job.
Raiola gonna go deep, streak, left sideline. Battle for it. Is there a flag? There is. Pass interference.
Remember, NFL, that would be a spot foul. Here it's a 15-yard penalty.
Pass interference. Defense, number 2. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
By the way, that's another true freshman on the field for Michigan on this play. Shamir Earls, number 2.
And his helmet came off, but I think it maybe got tangled up with the receiver, so maybe he doesn't have to sit out a play. He came out anyway.
Let me do that again. Shamari Earls. It's pretty nice to have 2 young guys coming in there with the game on the line.
Wow, no kidding. At the 24. First down, Nebraska. 1 timeout to go. And down 2 scores. Raiola sidearms it. What a throw and what a catch. And Mike Emma targeting on top of it. It's Jacoby Barney with a catch. Brandon Hillman.
There is a flag down on the other side of the field, but you're right. What a sidearm throw right in stride, and right at the end of it, if it is on Brandon Hillman, he'll miss the first half of the next game.
It's going to be 1st and goal inside the 5, and this time it's just a matter of whether it's targeting or not.
There are 2 fouls, both on the defense. Offside, number 1, that penalty is declined. Personal foul targeting, number 6, defense. That play is under further review. The result of the play is a first down.
Here's another look at the end of the play. Great catch and concentration by Barney, knowing he's going to get tagged, but he was hoping not to get tagged right in the ear hole.
Jeez. I mean,
and the flag came out from the field judge immediately after the hit. And Gene Steratore is with us. Gene, are you seeing what we're seeing?
Yeah, I'm seeing that, Ness. What I'm doing is breaking down to see the receiver. Has he finished the process of the catch and become a runner by definition? If he has, then the contact of the head neck area is not a target foul because it's the shoulder side of the helmet to the head neck area. I think he's become a runner now. When Hillman does contact him, he doesn't contact him with the crown of the helmet either. You see the contact happen with the front of the helmet, so it's not the crown, which is the only target you could really have if he became a runner by definition. I think that's where they're at with the play. I think it's a good stoppage, but I think you have to define what that receiver became and then decide whether it's a target based on that.
Okay, great point, Gene.
absolutely.
So the targeting is under review, and again,
Yeah, what a throw, right? I mean, and able to hold on to that ball with that hit.
wow. Thomas Kissinger is our replay official. Right there, he did tuck the ball, and I see what Gene's talking about. My first reaction was targeting, but
yeah, it's kind of interesting, you know, when you have to make the catch, you have to finish the catch. So is he finishing the catch? Is he running? But I think the word that you used, he was tucking the ball. It did look like he was running with it. Good point by Gene for us.
Here's a call.
After further review, the receiver transitioned into a runner, and so there is no foul for targeting. It'll be 1st and 10, Nebraska. Nebraska has the option to take the clock on the snap.
Great job, Gene. Final look. Right there, he tucks it into his body, and then the hit. So the 10th play of the drive is coming up. Nebraska still has a timeout and 1:38 to work, and they need 2 scores.
And as the official told you, they're going to take the option of starting at the snap.
From the 3-yard line, sidearm throw out and in for the touchdown. And it's Harburg again. Former quarterback has got the score.
Yeah, the last time Harburg was here, he was playing quarterback, and he was the guy getting sacked.
3-yard touchdown.
Same play they used on 4th down to pick up the 1st down. Quickly out to the outside. It's almost like a pick. And then you let your tight end H-back turn it up and make the score. So now looks like onside kick.
First, the extra point by Kunanen to make it 30-27. Up and good. 75-yard drive in 10 plays, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And Raiola's 3rd touchdown pass of the day, and she ain't over yet.
For sure.
Still to come, Adam, Aaron, Rick, and BJ share their insights on this one and bring you the day's best highlights on the U.S. Army postgame show. A lot of those highlights will be what we've had today, because we've had some.
So Michigan has 2 timeouts left. It looked like on that one play that would be called a timeout. It was not. It was still 2 timeouts. So if they get the stops, call timeout, they could get the ball back with 35 to 40 seconds left in the game.
Bryce Underwood, 12 of 22. More importantly, what he's done with his legs today, much like a week ago. Dylan Raiola, big numbers, passing the football. 1 miscue today on a tipped interception. And this has been a really, really good football game to open up Big Ten play for these 2 teams. Somebody's going to be very disappointed in the next 94 seconds unless we go to overtime. Kunanen. Let's see where he goes with the kick. Going to go with the right foot to the left side. Michigan's got it, though.
Nice job. I think it was Bredesen that time. Timing it, and he knew he was going to get popped right as he got there.
Bell is the guy that got it. Kendrick Bell on the good hands. Bredesen went underneath. Bell went on top.
Yep. Bredesen in one thing. I thought it was Bredesen, but Bell comes up, takes it at the highest point. Good job.
It was a good kick. Took the hop they were looking for. Right there. Well done by the special teams of Michigan. And Kendrick Bell saying bye-bye.
Not over yet, though.
First down for the Wolverines. Marshall into the pile. And right now the defense of Nebraska trying to swarm in there and hope that somebody can punch the ball out. They take their second timeout. One remaining for Nebraska.
Kind of comes back and shows. Remember that timeout when Nebraska was confused with that extra man out there? And they went from 3 to 2. Huge timeout.
Still a nail biter for the fans here in Nebraska, hoping their team could start 4-0 and snap the long Big Ten opener losing streak that has reached 5 years. Dylan Raiola hoping he gets one more chance. Marshall, the tailback, in a pistol set behind Underwood. Bredesen will be the lead man. He's going to cut it the other way, though. Marshall broke a tackle, and he slides over the first down marker and stays in bounds. Smart
play.
football.
Yeah, for sure. Now they can just take a knee and put the game away. Bounces his play. Nebraska think it's going to be up the middle, gets it to the outside, and then says, no, I'm not going all the way. I'm getting down.
Very smart by number 23. Got what he could, got the first down, and slid. And no timeouts, no way to stop it for Nebraska. Their upcoming schedule, idle next week, then Michigan State, Maryland, and so forth down the line.
Those are 4 winnable games before the USC game. They could climb back in it. Nebraska could. I mean, nothing's easy, but there's 4 games that they should compete in. Michigan, by the way, has a very favorable schedule in the Big Ten this year. They don't play number 2 Penn State, number 6 Oregon, number 9 Illinois, and number 19 Indiana, and they have Ohio State at home.
That's about the best you can do.
It's about the best you could do.
And so now it's going to be victory formation for Bryce Underwood. We'll have Haynes and Marshall behind him. He'll take a knee. And Michigan is going to have a big win on the road, and I mean big. It's a tough one for Nebraska to take. They played very well, but they couldn't protect their quarterback enough.
Yeah, a combination of 2 things. The sacks on their quarterback, who still threw 30 for 40 for 300 yards.
Yeah.
And the big play on the runs. That was the difference of the football game.
Yeah, you can't give up that many touchdown runs of that length, and that shortens the game, shortens the time of possession, and everything else,
and raises the scoreboard.
Raises the scoreboard for sure. So Michigan's going to go to 3-1. And Nebraska is going to fall to 3-1. Heck of a football game. Nice job by Vic Poggi, the acting head coach. He'll turn the reins back over to Sharon Moore. About 12:01 tomorrow morning, I think, is when Sharon can come back to work.
Yeah, in a rebuilding year, this is a huge win. And now Michigan is in the thick of it.
As I mentioned before the game even started, and Jenny commented on it, somehow Michigan finds a way with an acting head coach to keep on winning. They won another one. And a disappointment for the folks here in Lincoln.